Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Halloween matchup. It's the
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Robinson. And able to get this out to the 25. Let's go. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Here's Thompson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here's Robinson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ballgame.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
A strong running. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now while the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Let's get it.
Now Thompson gets it off to Freeman. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because When he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
3rd and long for Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Thompson. And incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out
by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
A second down throw for Prescott. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Now, Charles, dealing with a 3rd and long, they'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in. Pick up, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's go.
Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Thompson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Here's Thompson. Off play action. He finds his man, complete. That's Delgado. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball's thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
Thompson now, off the play fake. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's complete to Troutman right side. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Now Prescott. He'll get this to his tight end, Trout, before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Thompson. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Get him! Come on!
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Let's go! Let's go!
To throw is Thompson. Throwing on first down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Thompson. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that will be caught, but out. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Easy work. It's easy.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
Because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On second down, a run with ETN. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll run here with ETN. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run with ETN. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Thompson to throw on 2nd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Thompson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
He's going to go up top again. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Thompson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Thompson.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him Charles come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they take losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Thompson. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, They say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second and 11 now. Now Prescott. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott now. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
ETN on the toss right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Micah Parsons in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And to give this time to the tailback. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Open man is the tight end Troutman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Christian McCaffrey with a couple of touchdowns there. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Prescott on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's a give to ETN. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A first down throw for Prescott. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
first down. Prescott. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And again, it's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Seibert's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Thompson. He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Thompson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Thompson from the gun on 3rd down. They'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. It's caught, Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff for ETN. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Yeah, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes The quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees, because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Thompson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Thompson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. Throwing to start the drive. Thompson. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Thompson. Off play action. Gets it off to Freeman.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is going to have a Falcons first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Thompson. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thompson now looking to throw on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Hands it off out of the gun. And for a 2nd straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. This would be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Thompson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. A big play here for Dallas.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now ETN. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Elliott